Hello everyone and welcome back to another video of Marvel Contest of Champions. Today this video is slightly different. I know it's really late in the month, so next month with the event quest I'm going to try and do it earlier if possible. But yeah, so in today's video we are doing a boss counter guide. This is for Uncollected, as it says there, the Immortal Hulk. So the first boss, I've just, for each of them I've just put a couple characters that I think would be useful, and then you could sort of work around that if there's similar champions to use. So for the first boss, Sasquatch, now the nodes that he has are Kinetic Reactor and Rage of the Beast, right? So basically you don't want to let him hit your block. So you could pretty much use any character. That's why I put any champion with a high damage output. Purely because if you could just burst him down like every Sasquatch in a game, then you could you win the fight really easily. But you can make it easier for yourself if you bring a defensive ability accuracy reduction champion. So like Gwenpool, when she's awakened, she can reduce the ability accuracy so he doesn't trigger his Wrath of Tanarak. So can Apocalypse with the amount of debuffs he puts on them. You could also put Archangel there as well. With the neurotoxins, that will take his health down quite a bit. And obviously Dr. Doom is just really good because he has loads of damage and a power drain as well, so that could be really useful in certain situations when you're against Sasquatch, especially when he's in that Wrath of Tanarak mode. So there's also Professor X, it's just ridiculous damage, and Magneto, he just gets a special 3 and just wreck anyone. You can use any of the Hulk characters, obviously they've got the class advantage, and they're usually quite tanky as well, and you can do quite a lot of damage. I don't know about Immortal Hulk though, he seems a bit of a glass cannon, and Sasquatch is known for his health, so yeah, so you might not want to bring Immortal Hulk in for that one, but basically champions with a high damage output, and other champions like Apocalypse, Gwenpool, Archangel, that reduce ability accuracy. Right, so we got the next boss, which is Red Hulk. Give me a second, let me just load it up here, so I can check the nodes. So I think I remember Red Hulk having some sort of evade, right? Or Mixmaster, was it Mixmaster? Let me just check. Yes, so he had Mixmaster, the Mixmaster node. By the way, I'm just checking on my phone. I'm just checking on the event quests they got. If you can sort of see that, maybe not. Okay. But yeah, so I'm just checking the notes there because I forgot to note them down, because I'm definitely a professional YouTuber, 100% prepared. But yeah, so there's the Bane node, which you can use anyone for, really. You can use Hulk Ragnarok again, is going to be another useful champion, purely because of his face me mechanic, or his police verso when he's awakened, but I don't think he has to be awakened for it. Where he can literally just like mitigate the damage by like 80% or something. It's ridiculous. For the fun and interactive damage like Bane, the degeneration, Dormammu's degeneration, Magic's Limbo, and stuff like that. But so this dude has Bane, and you want to make sure you can avoid his special 1 because he's got an unblockable special 1, I think. I swear I came up against him and he had unblockable. Anyway, so there's that. There's also special 1 bias. Mixmaster is the problem, because if you do the same attack twice in a row, he's going to evade and punish straight away. And he's a Hulk character, so he's pretty aggressive. So you want to make sure you're not doing 2 attacks in a row, or you're using someone that can slow without having to do a full combo. Unless you have, I can't remember who the synergy's with. I think there's Sorcerer Supreme and was it Doctor Strange or something that increases stun duration. So if you have parry, then you can do a full combo. Which is why I put Spider-Man Stealth Suit there, because he's got the slow mechanic, so he can just completely cancel that evade, and you can keep refreshing it so that doesn't happen. She-Hulk obviously doesn't need a whole combo. She just needs a heavy attack, which can come in quite handy. But yeah, there we go. Oh, I meant to put Spider-Man up there. Okay, words mucking around with me here. But yeah, so Spider-Man Stealth Suit should also be in the Red Hulk section as well. With She-Hulk. Falcon, when he's awakened, has the ability accuracy reduction with the lockdown mechanic. So that can stop the evade, I think, from happening. That's a quite a good interaction, actually. Archangel, obviously, for the neurotoxin. I think you can poison Red Hulk. I think so. If I'm wrong, let me know in the comments below. And also, if there's any other champions that you recommend, leave it in the comments below. For other people to see, obviously, if they need help with it. There's Gwenpool. Again, if she's awakened, she can reduce the ability accuracy. Apocalypse, again, more debuffs. And Quake as well can reduce ability accuracy reduction. She can reduce ability accuracy, if I can speak English. And she would work for all of the bosses. I just put her here. But she pretty much works for anyone if you know how to use her properly. Basically, you just want to hold the heavy attack and then parry, and then hold heavy attack and parry, because she'll just keep evading constantly, and the aftershock damage will build up, and you might get a stun as well. So that's when you could do combos and avoid Mixed Master as well if you mess up a bit. And yeah, there's also Blood in the Water, which isn't really much to pay attention to, just don't get caught, basically. And yeah, you do not want to get a debuff on you. So yeah, don't get caught. Don't use anyone that puts debuffs on themselves. I don't think that champion exists as of yet, anyway. But if one does come in and you see a node like Blood in the Water, do not use that character. Right, so that's those champions for the Red Hulk boss. I'm just going to switch to Professor X, if I can. Yep. My god, if I was using my older phone, this would have taken like years just to do this one video. So there's Professor X. Okay, so what's he got? Any attacks? Energy attacks inflict 40% more damage. He has a cornered node, so don't bring anyone with debuffs, unless you can play really, really well. He has crit resistance, so you don't really want to use Ghost for this, because he won't take much damage from crits and stuff like that. Special 1 bias, so he uses his special 1 a lot, so you want to make sure you can evade that, or bring an evade champion like Spider-Man Stark Enhanced. That's another one you can put in there. But here we go. So we get to Faltering Mind, which is basically a falter will sort of come on quicker, because he usually has like a 10-second cooldown, but I think that's like the cooldown's decreased. And Footloose as well. So every time he uses a special, or every time you use a special, he's going to become unstoppable and gain an evade as well. Which is why I put Spider-Man Stealth Suit there, purely because his slow mechanic can just completely cancel unstoppable and evade. Same for She-Hulk, which is why she's there again as well. But you can also put Mojo there, because obviously they're buffs. So if you have the anti-life field, you can literally just like watch those buffs go. They won't matter at all. You can play like normal. Sorcerer Supreme with the nullification aura, so you can just completely get rid of those buffs. Again, Mephisto, you can use a special 1 to refresh the I forget what it's called, like the soul imprisonment thing, which stops them from getting buffs. But obviously you can only do that a maximum of 3 times, I think. Longshot, again, you just convert the buffs into incinerate damage, although you might have some energy resistance. Doctor Strange, when he's awakened, but you can use Doctor Strange as well for his special 2 when he's not awakened, because he can nullify. But yeah, so he'll be really good for that. And Doctor Doom, obviously, he's got nullify and a special 1, and you could just combo into Oblivion with the special 3 damage, because you get the Fury after the special 3, and you get the stuns, you could go straight in, and maybe get 2 hits off before the Unstoppable and Evade sort of catches you off guard. So yeah, that'd be quite good. But stun champions, like frequent stun champions like Gwenpool might even work for that. She might stop the Footloose node from occurring. And she has lots of bleeds as well. The only problem with that is she has the disadvantage, and his energy attacks have 40% more damage. So if you get caught, you're done, basically. So that's Professor X. Now, here we go. We've got the Maestro boss. Also, if you want to see a one-shot of the Maestro boss, look at the video on the channel that I did recently, or earlier this month. But yeah, that was really, really cool. That was a one-shot with Silver Surfer, I think, which was awesome. But anyway, so he's got an enhanced Fury. So his Fury abilities are 40% more effective. He's got the Hit Me, I Dare You node, which is when he's struck, he gains a Chitin charge, I think it's called, or something like that, or Chitin charge. And basically, when he reaches 10 of these, they fall off, and he gets like an insane armor buff. It's just like impossible to get his damage down. His health down, no matter how much damage you have. So you bring in an armor break champion, which is why the champion is there, which is why Silver Surfer's there, Hyperion's there, and you get the picture. So yeah, there's that. Combo up, doesn't really matter, just don't get caught. Feats of power, again, doesn't really matter. You can bring in a nullified champion, like Doctor Strange again, but I'm trying not to repeat all of the same characters. I might repeat some of them. And the rich get richer. Now, this is the node that is really, really good with Silver Surfer. So, whichever champion has more unique buffs gains 5% of a bar of power every second. Now, there are obvious reasons why Silver Surfer is OP for this node. He's absolutely ridiculous. Because obviously every buff he has is a unique buff, and he just stacks and stacks and stacks, and he constantly refreshes them as well, so it's difficult to lose them. And I think phasing counts as a buff as well. So there's that, but there's also, you can get the double power gain from using a special one when the power gain timer is going round. So you can get a double power gain there on top of the power gain that you're getting. So when you're attacking, you're probably going to get like a bar of power really, really quickly in like 2 hits. It's absolutely ridiculous. So again, if you want to watch that one shot, it's on the channel. You'll find it somewhere. It might be on the end of this video or in the information box in the corner, I think. But yeah, there's obviously Hyperion. He's got loads of buffs, unique buffs. The champion has loads of unique buffs, and they both got armor break. Groot got loads of buffs. Again, his damage isn't great, so it will take a bit longer. Definitely longer than like Hyperion or the champion or Silver Surfer, but you'll get him down eventually. King Groot, same thing. He's also got an armor break. Drax, he gets Furies as well. I forgot he even existed in the game recently until I remembered he'd be useful for that. Doctor Strange, again, Nullify, and loads of buffs as well. And Black Bolt with, I think he needs the Royal Family synergy with like the Immortals, because he could just gain loads and loads of buffs. It's absolutely insane. So there are a few old characters that would work for that as well. Obviously, the Maestro is getting quite a few buffs, so I think that Scarlet Witch would work for that if she's awakened. And obviously, when she crits, she can gain Cruelty, she can gain Power Gain, which is on top of the Power Gain you'd already get. She can gain Fury, she can get Armor Up, she can get Regeneration. She's the cheat code for everything in the game. I don't think there's anyone that can sort of come up against Scarlet Witch that you can't take down. I mean, magic might be a problem, but even then, if you get the crits, you take them out really quickly and you can get regeneration. And you can power drain them as well and power lock them. So, anyway, so on to the Immortal Hulk. Now, this dude is really, really easy when you don't get caught. You get caught, you're done on it, especially on this 32,600 Immortal Hulk on the Uncollected version. And obviously, if you're doing Cavalier, you really don't want to get caught. But basically, for this dude, you want to put loads of debuffs on him, that which would obviously synergize with the Despair Mastery, because it will just reduce his regeneration by a ton. But there's also the fact that if you bring like a reduction champion, like an ability accuracy reduction champion, they seem to be like the new meta at the moment. Well, as of this month anyway. You can completely cancel his immortality. So Gwenpool, when she's awakened, Nick Fury, just the bleeds just take him down really quickly, even if he gets his immortality and regenerates again. And if you're not getting hit, then he shouldn't get his immortality anyway. But there's Black Widow, when she's awakened, I think. She has an insane ability accuracy reduction. So that'd be really, really useful there. Apocalypse, again, ability accuracy reduction. Hyperion just takes him down really, really quickly. Spider-Man Stark Enhanced, again, just with the crits and everything, you can take him down really quickly again. Ronin, more bleeds. The more bleeds you do, the more damage you do, and then you start getting crits and furies, which is just ridiculous. And Falcon, you can reduce the ability accuracy and completely cancel the immortality. So there's that. So he has the Outlast node and stuff like that, Limber and stuff, but I mean, he's pretty aggressive anyway, so you should be able to evade around his hits and get intercepts and counters in. So yeah, that's pretty easy, that boss, as long as you don't get caught, like I said. And then we've got the final boss of the Uncollected event quest, Abomination, the Immortal Abomination. Now, definitely bring a poison immune champion. All of those characters there, except Falcon, are poison immune. Falcon obviously reduces ability accuracy, so then you don't get the poison. But the reason I put Falcon there was because he reduces it by 100%, so there's no chance of poison. Whereas if you brought Gwenpool in, there's a chance you can still get poisoned, and the acid aura as well that he has can literally melt your health down. It's ridiculous. I tried it, it didn't work. But you will get a lot of damage off with Gwenpool. So yeah, what's he got? He's got, basically, when he's attacking a Hulk character, he gets loads of furies and he gets more damage output. But obviously, if you're playing well, but obviously pretty much all the Hulks are immortal. Immune to poison. I wish all the Hulks were immortal. But yeah, they're all immune to poison, so that should work pretty well. Throwback, each time the attacker purifies damage over time debuff, they gain damaging enhancement passives, increasing the potency of their damage over time effects. Oh, okay. So each time you get a poison on you, say you use Nick Fury, and you knock Immortal Abomination on the floor, and he gets back up, obviously, you purify the debuff, your bleeds will be doing more and more damage every time that happens. So every time you get a poison and purify it, that'll work. So Agent Venom would probably work quite well for that as well, just off the top of my head. And obviously Vision Arcus would be awesome for that. It'd be really, really good. But you don't want to let it stack up too much. And then he's got Nano Plague, which means do not bring a robot champion unless they are immune to shock or something, or they have loads of health, like Warlock. Obviously, Warlock's got a lot of ability accuracy reduction as well, with his infection, so that's really good. But you could bring in Mysterio, who's immune to poisons, as far as I know. Medusa, her bleeds are just ridiculous, and she's immune to poison. Ronan, immune to poison. Hyperion is just a god, basically. He's immune to poison. He has armor break. He has stun. He does incinerate. He does so much damage that, like, within your first 5 combos, this dude should be down. And this is like talking about a maxed out 5-star version. I don't have a maxed out 5-star. My 5-star is rank 4. He's, I think, going to be the next 5-star to take up. And then it's going to be Spider-Man Stark Enhanced. I think so, anyway. But yeah, so those are the characters I recommend there. Obviously, the Hulk characters, because they are all immune to poison. And they can all dish out quite a lot of damage as well. Again, I'm not too sure about Immortal Hulk. Because if you take block damage, and obviously you're doing damage and taking recoil damage from your own damage, then your health is just going to completely disappear, and you're going to get wrecked into oblivion. So I don't suggest using Immortal Hulk at all, really, but they really need to buff him. But there we go. So that's my thoughts on the event quest. Obviously, there's loads of champions I might have missed out, but if there's any champions that you think should be put in there, please do leave it in the comments section below, because if the nodes come up again or certain characters come up again, these characters will still be able to be used against it as a counter. So yeah, if you like this video, smash that like button and subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.